Hi, good morning. It is Friday, May 30th. Excuse the puffiness, the allergies are on point here in Ohio. I have a couple things from my journal app that I recorded from meditation that I did a couple weeks ago, maybe even more than one meditation. I'm going to start by saying I am going to speak in code because I don't want violations and try to not let this video come down. I am also probably going to be cautious and maybe a little slow in what I say and how I say it because I want to be very cautious about the information I put out and how. So if you feel like you want to say, girl, get to the point, you're rambling, I don't care. If you want to tell me to talk more quickly, I don't care. Either 2 times me or move along. Okay, putting that out from the start. On May 14th, I did a meditation where I received a little information. I want to be very, again, cautious about how I say it because my intention is to hopefully, if we do in fact watch this come up, that there can be a little bit of ease and breathing, that this may not turn out as scary as it, at least in my view, as it initially looks. So again, trying to give you exactly what came up, how it came up, and give as little interpretation as possible or none at all, because I do feel like I have some interpretation, but that would be my own brain trying to make sense of what I saw. So what I saw was Stephen Schmiller, Voldemort, being ushered forward towards like a podium or an area to speak to a crowd of people, with the sensation of him being purposefully propped up to a more powerful position. When I saw this, my heart started racing. And what was interesting about it was that it was in a way that wasn't my actual emotional reaction, like in that actual moment on May 14th of watching it. It was in a way of sort of showing me, this is how you and many in the collective may feel if and when we do watch that action take place. So it was almost like I didn't have emotion at the moment, but it was giving me the sensation of what the emotion would be if we watched this take place, if that makes sense. But the second this all happened, like boom, 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 like in a matter of like less than a second, practically, the immediate sensation following that was, it's not going to last. Flash in the pan, quick and out. So whether that means it's the description and intention and nomination and, whatever of like, this is who we're putting forward, or this is who we intend to put forward, and it doesn't end up being able to happen, or he's placed in that spot, but very quickly cannot remain in that spot. I guess I just want to say it that way. So if we were to, in fact, see that happen, if I saw that correctly, I'm hoping I also see correctly that it would be flash in the pan, back out. A second thing I saw, I had heard, I believe it was Matilda, say that she sees 2 female individuals in the current administration. Blonde, former Florida, I believe, Attorney General, I think is who she was. And the one who publicly likes to write novels about how she damaged, fully unalived, her own animal. That she saw those 2 having some legal issues sometime next year. So I had already heard whatever, that I think it was her. But I ended up receiving, and this is the way I received it, another female in the circle, in the administration, in the cabinet, I'm not sure, somewhere close in that circle, another female with light hair, coming up with some problems. Now, when that happened in my meditation, I was like, I don't even know who that is. I can't even think of who that might be. I later thought potentially the one who's married to the fake in the ring slamming people. I'm again speaking in code. But then I was telling my mom about it when she was here this weekend for Drew's graduation. And she said, oh, maybe it's that one who stands at the podium every day and tells people a bunch of lies about the administration is always arguing with everybody, the young one. So I don't know. I will very plainly admit I didn't get a specific hit about either one, but those are the only two that we seem to be able to come up with that could match that. So maybe something coming where we see either some legal issues or scandalous issues or something. Okay. This was all on May 14th still, this same meditation. And then in addition to that, I also saw, this one was more of a sensing. This one more, the one who's in the lineage of JFK, who has no business speaking about medical stuff because it's not clinically trained and making medical decisions for the entire country. All I got was a sense of like kind of watch in the June-ish time frame. Something might come up there. I really did not get a very clear indication of exactly what that means. There was a feeling, I can't say that I can definitely correlate the June timeframe. June timeframe just felt like, and again, time is weird, but June timeframe felt a little bit like, just pay attention. There might be some stuff that comes out there pertaining to that individual. But there was a sense of like, in the overall grand scheme of things, may not be around for a super duper long time past now. What timeline that means, I don't know. But it had the feeling of like, he may not be around super duper long anymore. And I don't mean like on this planet, I just mean in the position. Okay, let me make that clear too. I have no way of sussing out what this means, why this would be, but something very much has felt for a long time to me that if in fact second man in place right now has to move into first place, that it just doesn't feel like it would be for long. And that doesn't make any sense to me. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know how that would get to that point, but it just does. And I know in a video the other day and a video I did before that as well, that I said, there's some sort of panel thing. I see other people say the term council. I particularly got the word panel. None of that makes logical sense. All I can say is that there just feels like we're about to watch a constant shakeup, like whiplash time frame. And I'm just not yet getting much more clearly. And that could be purposeful. I was talking with my friend Leslie this morning that maybe there's a little bit of like spirits like you chose to come here during this time. Just be a human and sit back and watch a lot of this play out. If more comes up, I will say. I think that's all I had for today. Let me check my notes real quick. Yes, the only other thing I wanted to say actually was yesterday after work and meditation, I wasn't even asking any questions. I just got a sense of, there's a deer in my backyard, a sense of June 4th being a potentially important date. Now, I said this to my husband yesterday around dinner time. I said, hey, by the way, I just got June 4th. Not sure if we have to watch for that date or not. I know that's the day that Luna comes home to us. They're going to deliver her cremains on June 4th. But besides that, now about 2 hours later, I got a call that there's some things personally that might be involved. So that could have been just for me. But I still wanted to put out that June 4th maybe might be a date to watch news-wise as well. No other indication about what that could mean, but I just wanted to mention it just in case. So, okay, I'm almost at 10 minutes. Thanks for sticking around if you happen to in my rambling, and I don't care if you think I rambled. Just scroll on. Okay, bye.